identify a lot of the animals we might see out there. Just stay seated at all times, keep hands and arms inside the vehicle, and hold on tight to those cameras. Let's see if Airborne Patrol's in radio range this time. Airborne Patrol, this is Simba 1. Over.
Simba 1, this is Warden Wilson Mutua. Over.
Jumbo Wilson, we are entering the reserve through Little Laturi Forest. Over.
I'm Jumbo, Simba 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Sounds great to us, Wilson. Oh, there is an okapi over to the right back there by some of that bamboo. Okapi have black and white striped legs. It kind of makes them look like they could be related to zebras, but they're not. They're relative to the giraffe. There's also a greater kudu over to the left, those lighter brown animals. Greater kudu are the second largest antelope in Africa, 750 pounds.
Right here. Wow.
Also coming around a watering hole. Watering holes are popular gathering spots for lots of animals. And I'm hoping that while we're at this particular watering hole, maybe we'll be lucky enough to catch a glimpse of some rare species, like black rhino. Black rhino do come to this area a lot, but they've been hunted so much by poachers there are only about 4,200 black rhino left in the wild nowadays, so they can be very rare to see. Even in protected reserves like this one, they're not completely safe from the threat of poaching, which is why it can be very difficult to find them around here too. Looks like there is one that's on top of the cliffs over to the left. Might not be able to see it too well though. Also, animals that live in these forest areas are shy and reclusive, so they hide a lot. Their natural colorings blend in with their background so well it makes a lot of them difficult to see. Alright, we're going to be leaving the forest area real soon, but on our way out of the forest we have to head through Safi River. Safi River is a great spot to see animals like hippos. Hippos will spend a lot of their time in water to keep their large bodies from overheating. They'll stay submerged for about 8 minutes at a time, but sometimes you can see some of them near the surface of the water. So we'll keep a lookout for them around here, but remember to stay seated, everyone. Stay fully seated. There are lots of hippos in the river, so we may see some of them further along upstream. Just keep looking for dark spots in the water or bubbles coming up to the surface, or signs hippos could come up for some air. There are a couple of hippos kind of breaching the surface of the waters up ahead. A lot of birds around here too. The black and white birds in the nest in the tree are white-breasted cormorants, and lots of pink-backed pelicans as well. Please stay seated, everyone. Need everyone to sit all the way down at all times. So hippos are born at about 85 pounds, but by the time they reach adulthood, male hippos could weigh as much as 5,000 pounds. Hippos are also nocturnal feeders. They come out of the waters usually in the evening time, walk along the riverbank, and feed on the vegetation they find. They eat about 150 pounds of vegetation each day. Rickety old bridge up ahead that we're going to have to cross, so we'll take it pretty carefully. Okay, heading over that bridge nicely, so now we'll just keep heading up the hill.
Simba 1, come in.
Yes, Wilson, this is Simba 1. Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red clay pits. You definitely want to check out that area.
All right, Wilson, thanks a lot. We'll head that way in a bit. Over. Helps having an eye in the sky to give us tips like that. Looks like there is a baobab tree up ahead to the right. Baobab trees survive long periods of drought by storing moisture in their trunks and going leafless 9 months out of the year. Known as upside down trees because when they're leafless that kind of looks like their roots are stretching towards the sky. And now we're entering the savanna through the Serengeti grasslands. These grasslands stretch for hundreds of miles. It's also a superhighway for a lot of migrating animals. The savanna is also where we might be able to see a lot of those more popular animal species like giraffes, elephants, or possibly even lions. Part of the natural Africa we're working to conserve here in Harambe. A couple of Thompson's gazelles over to the right, those small brown animals with the white belly, black stripe in their side. We call them Tommies around here. They're small but fully grown at 60 pounds each, so that's as big as they're going to get. These grasslands are a lot more open than the other areas that we've been through, so it is easier to see animals, especially from distances. But there are still lots of places they can hide, so we'll still keep a lookout just in case. Also, looks like there are a couple of termite mounds up ahead, the really large cones of earth. Termite mounds are created when termite saliva mixes with the sand and dries in the sun. They're hard as rock and animals use those as scratching posts. But after they've been worn down, antelope get on top of those to scan the savanna for predators in the tall grass. All of the animals even work together, creating the entire landscape of the savanna. Trees that have been knocked over may have been knocked over by elephants, bulldozers of the savanna, knocking trees down so they can eat them. Giraffes act as pruning shears, trimming the undersides of the trees to let light through. Wildebeest and other antelope mow down the tall grass, and little nibblers like gazelles and warthogs trim up the other edges. In a balanced natural system, there's enough food for all animals. A couple of white-bearded wildebeest hiding out in the bushes over to the left. White-bearded wildebeest take part in one of the largest migrations in Africa. 1.5 million animals migrate across the savanna each year. Also some Ankole cattle over to the right, the maroon-colored animals with the big horns. Those horns of theirs reach about 6 feet in length from one tip to the other, and about 20 inches in circumference at the base. Their horns are kind of hollow on the inside. Blood vessels flow through those horns, regulating their temperature like radiators on top of their heads. Also look like there are a couple of giraffes over to the left. Maasai giraffes under the trees. Maasai giraffes are about 14 to 19 feet tall, have a very irregular spot pattern. Almost an oak leafy look to it. And also further back by those cliffs is a reticulated giraffe, get their name from the Latin word reticulata, referring to the net-like pattern to their coats. Reticulated giraffes about 18 to 20 feet tall. The word giraffe derived from an Arabic word meaning one who is graceful.
What is your location? Over.
Monkey Point on our way to elephant country. Over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid poachers may be in the reserve.
That's not good, Wilson. We will definitely keep a lookout. Over. really hope there aren't any poachers in the reserve, but we'll let Wilson know if we see anything suspicious. Over to the left, we call that Rock Monkey Point. Sometimes we've been able to see mandrill monkeys around those rocks. If they hide in there a lot, they can be a bit difficult to see sometimes. But out here, we can usually even pick up some of the Harambe radio stations to get some music to go along with our safari as we take a detour to the red clay pits.
Moja kwa moja kutoka kwetu mpaka
Turn that radio off right now. Another old bridge up ahead that we're going to have to cross. But Hakuna Matata will be just fine. The other one was fine. They wouldn't let us come this way if it wasn't safe, so should be at the red clay pits in just a bit. Oh, hold on! Hold on! Okay, balance out. Now's our chance. We're going to get off this bridge and get out of here. That's not good at all. At least we made it to the red clay pits. Here we are. There are tusk marks and footprints in the red clay. Elephants come through here to eat the red clay to get minerals that could be missing in their diets of mostly plants. Here in Africa, both male and female elephants have ivory tusks. It's what poachers hunt them for, unfortunately. But here in Harambe, scientists are studying vocal patterns of elephants to better understand how they communicate with one another. With a better understanding of how they communicate, we can understand what it is that they need to provide for them a lot better. Ultimately, we'll be able to protect them a lot better as well. Several more of those baobab trees around here too. The insides of those trees are spongy, allowing them to soak up water to survive droughts here in Africa, so elephants gouge into those trees with their tusks to get at the moisture that's inside. Elephants have extremely sensitive skin. They can get sunburned very easily. So to protect themselves from the sun, elephants throw dirt or mud on their backs like their own sunblock.
Beside the water.
Also, several greater flamingo up ahead at the watering hole. Greater flamingo are the largest of the flamingo species, but also the lightest shade pink of all flamingo. Whenever they hatch, they are not pink, they are gray. Their diets consist of brine shrimp and other small water crustaceans high in beta-carotene, which will turn them from gray to pink. looks like there are some white rhinos up ahead. White rhinos are one of our greatest success stories in Africa. Hunted by poachers for their horns, populations were severely depleted, but have now reached better levels thanks to conservation efforts in reserves like this one. The name white rhino came from the Afrikaans word weit, meaning wide, because of their wide mouth eat the grass off the ground. Never referred to their coloring, just a misinterpretation that stuck with them. Also, a couple of Bontebok over to the left, those smaller brown animals. Bontebok are on the verge of extinction, unfortunately, but we're doing what we can to protect them so their populations can grow. Also, a couple of ostrich eggs over to the right. Those eggs weigh 3 pounds each. There's an ostrich way back there. The largest birds lay the largest eggs.
Simba One, I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
Alright, well, so we'll head that way right now. Over. Also, a couple of cheetahs over to the left. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals. They can sprint up to 70 miles per hour. Excellent eyesight make them great hunters. They do a lot of their hunting during the day. Why Wilson wanted us to come this way. That rock formation up ahead called the Copies. Lions like to live up in those rocks. Wilson may have seen some lions as he was flying over in his plane. Lions like to live up in those rocks because it gives them a great vantage point of everything around to keep a lookout for threats or even potential prey. But lions are inactive 18 to 20 hours of the day. They're most active at night. So during the day, they're not going to do a whole lot. They may even spend a lot of time sleeping, which can make them a bit difficult to see. So laying down on the grass by that tree to the left. Male lions are the ones that have a big bushy mane. Females of the species, lionesses, do not have a mane. But lionesses are the ones who are going to go out and do the majority of the hunting. Males stay behind to protect the home and the cubs. Looks like there are some holes dug into the ground over to the left. Those are warthog burrows. Warthogs are the largest burrowing mammals. They'll dig in the ground with their snouts and their tusks, and go in their burrows backwards with their tusks facing out first for protection against predators that could come along. Couple more ostrich eggs over to the left.
There are poachers in the area. Can you help us cut them off?
Well, sure thing. Well, let's move on away right now. We should be getting there in just a bit to help you out. Over. We've got to help Wilson stop those poachers and protect the animals here at Harambe. So we'll get to just look for any kind of sign of something that looks out of the ordinary to try to help them out. Not really sure which direction to go, but thinking maybe these gates that have been smashed through might be a good way to start. So we're going to head this way to see if we can catch them. It could get rough up ahead, so remember to hold on. All right, Wilson, we're headed to the gorge.
The poachers are heading east. Keep going, and you drive them to my patrol. Over.
All right, Wilson, headed that way right now. Over. So like there were some guys up ahead. It might get wet this way, but hold on. Here we go. It's got to be all of them, I guess. Oh, wait, no, those are more geysers up ahead. Hold on. Here we go. Wilson, it looks like we found the poachers' camp, but it looks like we may be too late. The poachers have deserted their camp. This does not look good at all.
Oh, not to worry. You drove them right into my patrol.
All right, wait, Wilson, I think we're almost there.
The poachers ran, but they won't get far. We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now both safe. Association everyone.
You're welcome, Wilson. Glad we could help.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
Asante Sana, thank you all so much for all your help out there in stopping those poachers and protecting the wildlife here at Harambe. Kind of gone off our scheduled trek in doing so. This gate will take us back into the reserve, but it's going to cut our safari a bit short, everyone. Really sorry about that, but I'll drop you off at the nearest warden's post, and from there it'll be a short walk back to Harambe village. But if you'd like to know more about protecting the wildlife, you do not have to be in Africa. Local areas have programs to help you conserve the wildlife as well. Also, now would be a great time to start gathering up any of the belongings